All right, tomorrow in class on Wednesday, December 4th, you and a couple people you're sitting next to will look at various problems that existed in the new nation through and during the Articles of Confederation. You'll be handed a worksheet that looks very similar to this. There are 6 different problems. You won't get to all 6 today, which is fine. More or less, we want you to get through at least 2 really good ones, possibly 3. If you're working really well, maybe 4. But when you get this worksheet, take a second and look it over. It says Problems of the New Government. It describes some of the problems that Americans faced under the national government through the Articles of Confederation during the time period 1781 to 1787. So you can see it's about the last 2 years of the American Revolution before the Treaty of Paris is signed, and then a couple years following. Your first step, you will be given a brief description of the problem that the country faced. They're on flashcards, and they're numbered 1 through 6. So for instance, let's say you have the first card. You're going to read the paragraph assigned to you and identify the problems described in each paragraph. So on flashcard number 1, you would go here to the number 1 box, and you would briefly describe the problem that the new nation faced. You can do this almost like a stop and jot. In that same paragraph, it will give you reasons why the national government could not solve the problem. Same thing here is that you are going to identify that reason and do a bullet or a stop and jot. Then comes your third column, and this is where, yes, you will struggle with this, and that's okay. We want you to have dialogue with your partners to try and think of a reason or a possible solution to that problem in those times. So go back to the time frame 1781 to 1787 and think, well, what might have been a possible solution? How could they have possibly fixed this problem? And then the fourth column, again, is one of those ones where it might not be as evident or might not be as clear to you how this connects to current events, but among the 3 or 4 of you that are working, hopefully you can draw some parallel or some connection to current events today, whether it be through something we've watched through CNN Student News, information maybe you or your family have read in the newspaper or talked about, or maybe even an issue or a topic that's affecting you as a student or as your family. So again, to recap, you're going to grab a flashcard from our sub. You're going to read this out loud together as a group. Then you're going to go into the first column. Depending upon, let's say you have flashcard number 2, you bounce down here to number 2. You briefly describe the problem that faced the nation in this time period, 1781 to 1787, under the Articles of Confederation. Then you also are going to list the reasons why the national government at that point in time could not solve the problem. These 2 answers are going to be right in the paragraphs that you're handed on the flashcard. Boxes 3 and 4, the possible solution and so what. The possible solution, you're going to think of reasons or ways to fix the problem at those times. This will be a struggle because what you'll probably find out is there probably was not a great solution, or we would have tried it. And then lastly, for the fourth column, so what? What kind of connections can you draw from the problem then, the reasons why they couldn't solve it, or a possible solution to what we are facing today as a nation?